What's up, guys? It is Corey from Super Kami Guru 9000, and welcome to my review of Attack on Titan, Episode 11. Attack on Titan loves showing people flip out and just freak out all the time, and this has got to be one of the most unorderly military I've ever seen. Some of these guys are just... they're such cowards, but it makes for some pretty interesting build-up in this episode, and build-up this one does. There is a ton of progression until we get to the actual end of the episode where things really get to pick up. And it's funny because the plan itself is relatively simple. Move the rock, put it in the hole. But this is Attack on Titan, and they love to put things above 10 and go completely crazy with everything. And you know what? I'm kind of okay with that. But this was kind of an episode for me, the first one, that I think really started to drag a little bit. But overall, it was still an entertaining episode. Like I said, some of the people down at the gate are basically flipping their shit. They're getting ready to run away. That is until Pixis basically reminds them, look, you pretty much have a choice. You can go and we won't kill you. You know, do your thing. But this is your choice. You can die inside these walls like a coward, or you can die out there like a fucking man. Or woman. And not like a Titan. Speaking of the Titans, they're slowly making their way in, and this is where the big plan comes into play. Of course, Eren is going to try and harness his Titan abilities to try and move this giant boulder and place it into the hole so that the Titans won't come in there anymore. But he's going to have a little bit of backup, and that's where the elites come into play. And we get to see there's this team of elites who are going to be protecting him and, you know, making sure the Titans aren't going to fuck his shit up. And some of them we've actually seen before. One is this one chick by the name of Rico. And she's just, you know, really hardcore. She doesn't really trust Eren quite yet. And it makes a lot of sense. He's like some sort of freaky human Titan hybrid. But she's still willing to go along with the plan as long as things work out. And she basically gives him this big badass warning, essentially saying that, you mess up here, we're pretty much all fucked. So, you know, no pressure. And there's a little bit of Mikasa stuff this week. And what's interesting about her is originally I thought her and Eren's relationship was more brother-sister kind of Leia and Luke kind of thing. But the more the series goes on, I think she might actually have some other attractions towards him, and I don't think he's really feeling the same way, you know, but he's got a lot on his mind right now. I think everyone can probably agree the best part of the episode came at the very end, when it looks like they blew their budget all over everybody's face with this crazy action sequence where we get to see them using their 3D maneuver gear, and that's always just a thrill to see in the series. I'm surprised I'm not sick of seeing it yet, but they always manage to make it look really awesome the way they fly across rooftops and then they every once in a while will start running across them. It's really nice, it's really fluid, and I love that they incorporated Eren's transformation into this sequence at the very end, the way he sort of flies out, immediately bites his hand where the blood explodes out, and then he transforms into the Titan. And this is where the twist of the episode actually comes into play. It looks like he's getting ready to pick up this giant boulder, and Mikasa's watching, and he turns around and immediately just punches right at her, giving us the to be continued screen. And I love this because the entire episode was this giant build-up to, if Eren's plan doesn't work, if he doesn't pick up this boulder, we're fucked. And they build it up so much, and it ends with him completely fucking the plan over by attacking Mikasa. So I cannot wait to see how they're going to handle all of this. It's just really, really exciting the way they've been building it up. And I'm sure maybe he'll eventually get control of himself or learn to control these abilities. Because I think that's probably going to be a pretty integral part to the series. But that remains to be seen. But like I said, this episode was by no means perfect when compared to some of the other ones. The pacing was a little bit slower, especially in the first half of the episode. But once we finally got introduced to the elite characters and finally started moving, it did get a little more interesting. Especially that animation sequence at the end, which, come on, guys, that was pretty breathtaking. So because of that, I'm just going to bump this one down to a 9. I know, it's the first one to get bumped down from a 10. But it was still a great episode, and I think you guys should definitely check it out because this is just a badass action anime series with great characters, and the artwork, again, continues to blow me away. I know this is a weird thing to talk about in a show about, you know, giant monsters and, you know, guys who fly around with fucking, like, metal Spider-Man gear, but I love the backgrounds in this series. I don't know what it is, but they just allow me to just relax and enjoy them. I don't know what it is, but I really appreciate when they put work into that type of stuff in an anime series, because a lot of times that can really be glossed over. So 9 out of 10, there it is. How did you guys feel about this week's episode of Attack on Titan? Do you think that Eren's going to finally start to control his shit and move that rock? I'd love to know what you think with your comments below. And you guys know the drill by now. Make sure before you leave, like this video and give it a thumbs up. It's one of the best ways to support our videos. Also, guys, me and Christian just got done doing the 8th Dragon Ball Z movie review Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan. You can check it out right here. That concludes this one today. Make sure before you guys leave to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. See you next time, guys.